Hi guys, and welcome to tonight's episode of Forex Fire TV, episode 22, I do believe. Give or take a few little bonus content between those. My name's John Docherty, Mr. Forex Fire, part of the Financial Freedom Ninja Group, where we learn together, trade together, and more importantly, we win together. Okay, guys. So as of late, you all know I've been providing as much value as I possibly can, not just within this amazing community, but also outside of it, just to showcase people what can be done if you become part of this amazing community, and more so the platform that we use, guys. Okay, a little bit about myself. I have been trading for a little over 3 years, and I've learned everything I have sort of accumulated over those years from not just this community, but also the platform that I'm part of. And I knew nothing of Forex when I first started. These days, I can now sort of help people that's within this community and more. Okay, again, I have a good skill and a good knack of being able to look at products, look at strategies, look at market structure, and sort of get the message across on just how easy it is to trade. Okay, where I dull down the meat and potatoes sort of thing, strip everything bare, and then I give it a restructure of showing people just how easy and what the process is to trade the markets. Okay, guys, and tonight's going to be no exception, to be fair. I did a little video on something like this in one of the videos previous towards the end. I don't know whether you've seen it, and I dubbed it Mount Forex. Okay, this particular sort of way and style is not a strategy as such, although you could class it as that. And I like to call it Mount Forex Fire. Okay, basically because we are looking for the big trends. Okay, towards the end of the Forex week, that loads you up and ready to get that on a trend reversal on the way back down. Because if, after all, I'm a big trader when it comes to regards of the pattern tradings, the zone tradings, and that sort of technique. Okay, guys, so let's just head over to not just the charts, but let's just head over to Facebook at the moment, just to show you guys to follow me. Guys, if you're on YouTube at now, you can click the description. There'll be a group in there which gives you a little bit more insight, a little bit more value than what I'm posting on my wall and what I'm posting on Facebook at the moment. You can see that at a page or a group called, once this loads up, Forex Fire members. Okay, guys, I've got plenty of people in there that's starting to learn from me. I received so much feedback and so many good comments throughout what I do. Okay, guys, and if we just scroll down there, you can see I post any amount. I've got so many good messages recently, and if it wasn't for you guys watching this, doing the content, like sort of doing the homework that I set, that is what spurs me on. When I get messages like this, it actually pushes me on to deliver more content that's of value. Okay, guys, so you can follow me on there, Forex Fire. You can see my handsome Geordie face there. Again, if you want to see me on my wall, a lot of this is posted on my wall as well, to be fair. But you want to see what's first, click anywhere on my wall, 3 buttons. Hit to see first, the default, welcome to my page. It'll be on default here. Hit the see first. Anything that I push out there content-wise, you can actually get to see first when it comes on the wall. Okay, and then from there, I actually have a YouTube channel as well, which is where you're possibly watching this now. Hit that like, share, have some engagement on there with the others, please, guys. And also what you can see on there, if I just get rid of that before, please. From there, you can comment, like, and share as well, but also remember to hit that bell button and the subscribe. Okay, so with all that out the way with, let's head over to the chart and get into the meat and potatoes, which is the Mount Forex Fire. Okay, now we're going to look back on the history on this. Okay, guys, we'll just get rid of everything. What you've got is you have a chart. Okay, and there's a big incline here. So this is a big uptrend, and then it comes back down on the downtrend. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do for now, just so you can see this, I'm going to click on bar replay, and I'm going to half that up. Okay, back, that's gone. Okay, guys, so the second half of that is gone. Now what we're going to do, we're also going to measure this, right? So I'm going to measure it from around about, we had a peak here, I'm going to measure it from around about this area here, basically, okay? Because we come down, then we had a break of structure from this previous high point, okay? Now, to measure, simply go from here up to the peak, 3,248 pips, guys. I'll say that again. 3,248 pips, okay? Now, I'm going to show you a technique where, I mean, this was a very, very strange pair back a couple of months or so ago, but I'm going to show you how you can sort of look at these. You're not always going to get big trend moves like that, but I'm going to show you a technique you can use to sort of get the pips on the way back down. Now, you're not going to get the whole 3,000 and odd, but if you can get a few hundred pips at a time taken out of that as a bite-sized chunk, would you be happy? Yes, I know you will, because that's what exactly a sort of technique that I used. Now, again, this isn't a strategy as such. It's derived from a simple technique and a simple formula that I seen with a head and shoulder pattern, okay? I'm not going to go too much into that. There's other videos I've done with this, but this is basically a formation from the first half of that pattern, okay? It's going to teach you how to sort of trade the opposite side. So without going into too much detail about that pattern, you do not need to know the structure of that to be able to trade this way, okay? So let's head back to that chart and have a look at Mount Forex Fire, okay? So as you can see, we've got 3,248 pips. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put in here 3,248 pips. That's what you've got to play with, okay, on the way back down. Now, if you're liking the content I put out there, guys, remember, let's have some engagement. Comment below. Let me know what you've done. If you've done any of the previous things that I've done on my lives, on any of the little bits of sessions, or any of the bits of video I've done, and it's been helping you, please drop a comment below. Let the others know that's watching this video right now. What have I done that's helped you progress on your trading? Have you caught pips? Have I helped you to understand structure? Have I helped you to understand patterns? Have I helped you to understand how to trade a particular strategy? Okay, guys, drop your comments below if you don't mind on that. Now, we're going to open up this chart here and make it a bit further. You'll notice we have the 1 hour euro order. I like to work on the 1 hour time frames, okay? So let's just open this up. And again, let's just have a look. I want to drill this across. So this is going to be our baseline, okay? Right. So just open this up. Now, a couple of things I need you to understand, because you're possibly not used to the candle colors I have on here at the moment, okay? My up candles are orange. My down candles are purple, okay? Now, what we're going to do, because we've done the bar replay. Now, I don't know what's on this other side. So I'm just going to quickly mark up some horizontal rays. So we've come up, we've had a correction. Okay, I'm just going to put that one there. Let's just have a look at some of these. Let's mark this one off. Okay. And again, you just want the more prominent ones, to be fair. Let's mark this one off. You don't have to mark every single one off, to be honest. Let's mark, we'll go with that one. Let's go with that one. Let's miss one out, we'll go with that one. Again, do you do it from the wick or do you do it from the body? There is no sort of right or wrong way. Again, we need the orange, I do believe. I do apologize. It's the orange ones, because the orange is up. Purple are down. Right, so there's up. Just get some of these moved. Not much of a zone there, but we'll still do it. Let's have a look there. Got the orange up. Again, we'll do that from that one. And we don't have to do it all the way down to base level. We'll just get the basics. Let's get this one here. And as you can see, we're coming down to base entry now, or ground base as I call it. We'll go from here. And then we'll more or less level across this here. Again, we've had a bit of a spike here. Could be no harm in putting one there, to be fair. as it runs true across there. And then again, one there. And lastly, we'll not go right down the bottom. Maybe put one or two. Run about there and there. Right. So guys, let's have a look. What you've had is steps. Okay, now I mentioned head and shoulder patterns. If you want to know why I've done these on the higher highs as you're stepping up the way to heaven onto Mount Forex Fire, you just need to look at the other episodes that I've done previous to this, and you'll get an understanding on how the concept of this works. Okay, but basically, without going into too much detail, this is the highest point. This will be the head of the mountain, and obviously the head of the pattern, basically. Okay. That's all we need to know, and that's all we need to understand. And that's the content of what we have on the pips. On that particular pattern, you've got 3,240 pips within that move. Okay, guys? Now, these are the zones we've got to play with on the way back down. What we're going to do, we're just going to play the speed. As you can see, we're coming down. Now, I would normally wait. Let's just knock this down a bit. I would normally wait for the breaker structure of the very first or the previous high, okay? The previous higher high, I would wait for a breaker structure, to be fair. So there we've got the breaker structure there, and then a retest, okay? Now, as we come down, you can see there, it's come down, and you've caught between this zone here, pips, 337 pips. 337 pips. That's the first trade. Okay, guys? And again, if you see the value in this, just drop a comment below and let me know. Let's have a look. 337. I'll just drop some of these here. 337. Let's keep going. Again, break a structure. Couple of structures there, so that one might not be played out, to be fair. Massive break there, massive break. Again, there's nothing to worry about when you get the moves like this back down, because they will come back to retest. Right, so here we go. We've got the next up candle. So a break a structure, then a retest here. There's your official retest. You've got a little bit of drawdown on here because we've got the breaker structure come down. You let it come back up to retest the area where it's broke. This particular one here, let's be honest, 247 pips. This may have stopped us out, and most certainly would have, if you had tried to get the market move back down. Not all lost. Let's just take a look. Let's get this on here. Minus 40. Play this out. Again, you've got the break and retest. Okay. But on that break and retest, you've got two zones tested. You've got a 202 pip move. Keep playing. Again, you've got a break, a retest to here. We just want this to test here again. To come up. There we have it. So that there you would have had, there's about 30, 40 pips stop loss. We'll count that as a loss. Again, I'm going to be very, very truthful with this. We'll count that as a loss, to be fair. So minus 40. Break, and we've got a retest here. There's a winner there. There's around 100 pips. Keep going. Again, we want to break this structure at the moment. Just open this up a bit more. Open that. Come back up to test. You could get these on the corrections, but I want the down movements. So I wouldn't test, I wouldn't sort of trade the ones going back up. So again, we want this area to come down to test here, to be fair, okay? So you're waiting for the test to come down. Waiting for the test to come down. You want it to break structure again. You want it to come down. We'll go, we've got the move, it's consolidating a bit. Let's just have a look here. As it comes back down. Starting to make its move. And again, it's this area here, remember, guys. Whether it came all the way back down to there, we'll soon find out. Right, so we've got to say we've wicked that area. It's not a break. Coming down test. There's your break. Okay. We're now waiting for the retest of that there. As you can see, it's that line. There you have it there. That move. Let's go down 60 pips. In fact, no, I think that was a wick, wasn't it? That was a wick up. Again, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can here. Is that worth more than 40 pips on the break and retest? In fact, no, let's have that. We'll scroll a bit further in here. Yeah, that's a winner because you've had a break. Okay. So it's this wick here we're testing. Was this more than 40 pips? Right, so that's 26 pips. It's come down. It's actually done the zone of 50, 58 pips. So like I said, let's just round that up to 60. So that was a winner. 60 pips. You can see where we're going with this. Very profitable way to trade. 60 pips. But again, to use this, you're going to have to be in front of the computer, to be fair. 60 pips. From there, we've got to break a structure. There we have, there's the break there. Come down, there's a test. We're coming down. Test back up. So again, that's a loser. That's a minus 40. And we'll add these up in a minute. Okay, we'll just do that. So that would have been a loser. Minus 40. And you're getting where we're going at with it up. Put that 100 back. So you're getting where we're coming out with this, guys. Let's have a look. I just need to zone in on this a bit more. Test. Test. Spike. There's another minus 40. Waiting for a break. In fact, no, we wouldn't have been trading that because we needed the test here. We got the minus 40 here. We're waiting for a retest or a break of this area. That's what we're waiting of, because that's the correction. We're waiting for the break of this here. Let's see if it gives us this candle right here. We're coming down. We're coming down. Did we snake down enough? Consolidating. Coming down. It's coming down the line. Testing. Teasing. It's going on the way back up. Come back down to test on the area a bit. Slowly coming back down. Here we go again. We're going to be tested. Staying within that zone. A lot of console. There's your break. Oh, that's a wick. That's a wick. There's a break. There's a retest. But again, you only need 30 or 40 pips to be fair. We're coming down. There we have it. So that may have been a loss as well. Let's like I say, let's be transparent with this. And you're not going to get every one. Like I say, I'm open, I'm honest, I'm transparent. Let's go on the minus 40 again. It's just whether you got the nerves of steel to sort of trade this way. And you can get a lot of pips on the way back down. So we need a break of here. Or you could get it on the retest, to be fair. Okay, so there's a retest. No, it's gone back up. So it's the breaker structure we're after here, to be honest. The breaker structure. So coming down, I don't think there's going to be much more movement on here, to be fair, but we'll soon find out. Breaker structure of this area here. Right, there was a test, a massive wick on there, massive wick. It's not a breakout though. There we are, we're heading back down very slowly. Significant area, that bit there. And as we're moving down, is it going to move anymore? We needed a break here, guys, remember? Seems to be doing a lot of sideways motion, you can see from there. Right, there's a break, a wick again. It's a break, that was definitely a break. Right, there we have. Pause it from there. That maneuver there, 70 pips. So we just put this on here. 70 pips. We'll do one or two more, and because you get the gist, and then we'll just add these up. There's your break, there's your retest. Oh, move that line, it was there. Let's have a look at this. This one here is worth 107 pips. We'll see 100 pips. Let's have a look at this. Moving all this. Right. So you get the gist on how we work with that. Let's have a look, 100. Right, so we'll just get the calculator out. Let's just see on that, on the downtrend coming back down. Let's just take a look. So we've got, first of all, 202 plus 337. And again, are you going to catch all these pips? If I'm honest with you, no. But this is where we were zone to zone. Minus 40. The reason why I have minus 40 is simply because this is the sort of stop loss I normally use on this sort of method. Plus 60, minus 40, minus 40, plus 70, plus 100. There we have it, guys. 709 pips, okay? Now, 709 pips, okay, guys? Let's just take a look. Now, we'll go on to the date range, and we do it from where the head is down to there. That's within what, 20 days? We'll see at 20 days. That is 709 divided by 20 days. 35.45 pips a day using that sort of technique. It's not to be sniffed at, to be fair. It's a little bit of a conservative amount. But again, guys, that just shows you how you can trade a big trend waiting for the trend reversal. Now, how are you going to understand or recognize when it's going to come back down on a trend reversal? And I'm just going to show you that as well. So what you have, if we again put the bar replay on, here we are, replay. So if I just half that off, okay. Now what you've got when we look at this, I mean, you see this is the head. You've got your trend, okay. You've got your trend moving up. You've got your trend moving up here. And this is called a fanning technique on the trend, okay? You've got a trend here, you've got to wait for the break and retest here. But in essence, what I've been waiting for is this last high, okay? The purple, my purple one. So when this has come down, if I just cancel that off, what we've got, where we are, there we are. Let's get this into here. Scroll back. We'll get that. Now what you've come down, you've had a break here and then a retest right there. So in essence, you could have really gotten in straight away on that there. And that's what we had, the 300 odd pips, which we did do, because you had a break and the retest straight away. That was your 300 odd pips, okay? So that's where you're waiting for the break of structure. You identify the last buy before the sell, okay? And that's where you will be coming to, okay? Again, you could do it there, to be fair, because again, you've had the break and the retest there, or you just do it on the top of the candle, okay? As soon as you've had that break of structure, which we had here, in essence, you could have technically getting in once it come down tested here, to be fair, because you knew this was going to be a structure here. You could have gotten some pips from there down to there. There's another 259 pips alone. So there's loads of different ways and techniques you can sort of trade these things. And again, you can never have too many trend lines, to be fair, because after all, these are just fun and trend lines. And again, you've got a one from here. Let's have a look. DME. We'll do one from here. And you see here, look, all you need is 1, 2 touch. You do that there, you've got that right on the money, and you'll see you can see it's coming, it's tested, it's bounced up there. It's also done it on here. And that's basically it in a nutshell. Okay, guys, let's one more look at this, just so I can tell you. We've got, out of that 3,000 odd pips, we ended up I've got rid of the calculator. It was several hundred pips, okay, or a few hundred pips. Again, guys, that's how I would sort of trade the big trend. You just wait for the trend to break through the trend line to get that trend reversal. You mark off your higher highs from the mountain, okay, and that's your trigger points. On the way back down, you're waiting for the come down, the break of that structure, and then the retest, and then you get in for the sell. Okay, guys? So hopefully you found that a little bit useful tonight. Again, what I urge people that's following me to do, practice this via a demo account, practice it via TradingView. Just have a little look at it and see what sort of results you're seeing when you're going from zone to zone on the breakout and retests of the trend reversal. Okay, guys? Because at the end of the day, what you can do this on the hour charts. Okay, find a pair that is a pair that you like, in all honesty, because there's nothing worse than trading a pair that's always bad luck for you, to be fair. So Find a pair that's kind and that's good to you, and that you know the market structure and how it moves. Look for the big trends that's happened over that week, and then wait for the trend reversal to come back down. And trust me, you'll find a lot of pips out of being able to trade the reverse coming back down. Don't get greedy. Don't get chasing the trade, because after all, you've got to expect to lose 1 or 2 trades on the way back down. It's going to happen. All that I'm going to tell you is, after all said and done, okay, markets will move in zones. Markets will move in patterns. That pattern that's completing each time it hits them zones to retest is the second peak of the head and shoulder. Okay, so you've got peak 1. You've got that head right at the top. You're just waiting for each high or low. It's a step up, higher, high, higher, high, higher, high, higher, high. The highest point is the head. Okay, so it's a stairway to heaven up Mount Forex. You get to the top, which is the very head. To come back down that mountain, you've got to take them bloody steps again. Okay, so that means once you've got the head, you're waiting for the breaker structure coming back down to make a higher low, higher low, higher low. And every time we break that higher low, it comes back to bounce and retest. You're going to sell the sucker down to the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. Okay, guys. So again, even if you don't want to trade or have a go trading that way, I urge you just to practice it, okay? Because after all, you're going to learn more and more about market structure and how everything sort of respects certain areas, okay? It's the best way you're going to be able to learn and progress yourself as a trader, okay? I'm not a professional trader. I'm not saying I am, and I'm not a financial advisor. But using these bits of techniques and little bits of chunk size methods of how to trade, it's going to give you that little bit more of an understanding just how the markets move in certain areas. Okay, guys. So again, sorry this has gone on a little bit long. I just get a little bit excited on how I sort of try to educate and bring things across within certain patterns, certain zones. And lately I've been getting a lot of great feedback with regards to how I sort of bring it across with that. And hopefully this has been one of them videos that is showing that. And again, guys, I've shown you where you would have lost on there, but I've also shown you where you could have won. And again, you've come out profitable over the course of those 20 days. Now, I don't expect you to sit in front of the charts and trade that way all the time. It's just another way, another method, another style that can help you understand that market structure, the market movement, and how it moves like that, and why it moves like that, and how it respects those zones. Okay, guys? So again, comment, like, and share. Drop the love. Hit the hashtag ForexFire. If I have helped you in the past with anything, please drop a comment and engage. Let people know where I've helped you, how I've helped you. And if you have a favorite video, or a favorite episode that I've done, please drop it in the comments below and let the guys know. Okay? So I'll see you later, guys. Until tomorrow night.